we check in with Jeromy Hicks from the North Mason Regional Fire Authority. Morning, sir.
Morning. How are you doing, Jeff?
I am well. It's good to see you, talk with you, and what's been going on here? We've had some burn bans in effect. What's the current status with that?
Well, we got a full burn ban now since last time I talked to you. About a week and a half ago, the county put on a full burn ban, which restricted all burning, including recreational burns. Still allows people to do their charcoal briquette fires and barbecues and stuff in the county areas. There's if you're on DNR land or DNR protected land, they have a little bit different. They're restricting the charcoal. So if you're in those areas, make sure that you check that. You can visit the county website or your local fire district's website, and they'll give you information on how to get there.
Starting to get a little cooler, but really we've not seen anything that is going to help this at all.
No, I foresee this being on for at least a couple weeks. Obviously, we'd like to have that off as soon as can. People enjoy their outdoor fires, but just understand that it's for safety. We're doing it to make sure that we're protecting our resources here in the county that have to put out the fires in people's property.
What else is going on? We have some updates on the AmeriCorps conversation we had a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so we covered looking for AmeriCorps applicants to come be volunteer members at our department and help with a new or extending a program, fall prevention, and we selected a member, Stephanie Chris, and she will be, Sadie Chris, she will be there helping us out for the next 10 and a half months, developing curriculum for fall prevention in our senior centers and our senior facilities. She'll be going around doing home safety inspections and looking at ways to prevent falls, and not only preventing falls, but preventing people going to the hospital, and then if they do fall and they're discharged, how are we going to keep them from going back into the hospitals? What are the reasons that we could keep them home?
Right. Is this through a year through the AmeriCorps volunteer program, or is this something that can maybe last through that after the year?
Well, we had it last year. It's a 10.5-month program. It's done by Washington Service Corps. So every time we have to look for a new member, and really there's a benefit to us for having the member, but there's also a benefit to the member kind of interning with this type of program. So our last member did it. Or we had two members last time that did it, and they really worked hard on the curriculum. Now we're kind of taking to the next step, how to deliver it into the in-home versus the community base. So we're changing the curriculum a little bit this year, and hopefully we get some more active participants and continue to see our numbers drop on falls.
The other thing we've talked about in the past is coming up on the 23rd. It's a Saturday. It's the 23rd. It's up at Bent Bine. It's a Beanbag Toss fundraiser for the Benevolent Fund. Isn't that right?
Correct. Well, it's not the 23rd. It's the 16th. It's this Saturday. The 16th, and I know your calendar is completely full because you're scared that you would lose the fundraiser.
Yeah,
but we are doing a beanbag toss, and it's to benefit the North Mason Professional Firefighters Benevolent Fund, and they partnered up with Bent Bine and some other local businesses to bring this. Bent Bine's a new business in town, and it's a great facility. They really enjoy the beanbag toss, so got to go with them. They're going to have food on site and obviously all sorts of beverages and stuff. And I think there's 24 teams competing, 28 teams that will compete throughout the day. And they're going to open up around 1. I think the tournament starts shortly after, and it's still the last team standing.
Jeez, that sounds like it will be a lot of fun, and definitely go check out Bent Bine, and it is, you're right, great new business up in the Belfair area, doing a lot of good. CPR quick class is another thing you want to talk about.
Yeah, so I always try to bring up something new or something we're looking at in North Mason. This year we're going to start teaching CPR quick classes, and this is a new idea to get people involved with learning CPR skills. Typically, if you remember back when you probably took your first CPR class, it was 8 hours long, or a semester in high school or something. Much. So we're trying to get our public into what can I do in an emergency, and we want to be able to teach it because everybody's on the go now. They're not going to sit in a class for 4 hours or 5 hours to learn CPR. So we're trying to develop a curriculum that models other things. We're not the brainchild of this. We're trying to take some stuff that's worked in other counties and other areas and pare this down into a quick class where we could come into let's say a bank. Bank has 10 employees and they want to learn CPR, but they want to do it during their lunch break. They don't want to stay after work. They don't want to come in on Saturday. So how can we pare this class down into teaching them CPR, the essential skills, what to do in the first couple minutes of an emergency to get trained people there to help. So this is something new. It's going to be coming into our North Mason area. We're working with area responders and medical professionals to get this developed and then start delivering this class this year.
You can find out more at the North Mason Regional Fire Authority's website is northmasonrfa.com. We'll put the links to that in the show notes here as well. The physical address, 460 Old Belfair Highway in Belfair. That's headquarters for number 21. And check out the website. It's got a lot of great information on volunteer information, the commissioners up there, and a lot of news and information from the Regional Fire Authority. Jeromy Hicks, good to see you. And I think we've got plans to bring some of our reporters up to the event this weekend.